Little Nightmares is a puzzle platform horror adventure game developed by Tarsier Studios and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It was originally released in April of 2017 for PlayStation 4, Windows, and Xbox One. Set in a dark and mysterious world, the game tells the story of Six, a small, hungry girl trying to escape the Maw, a grim, iron vessel filled with grotesque and monstrous inhabitants. You wake up alone, deep below the deck of the Maw, a cold, metallic maze that creaks like it's alive. Everything around you is oversized and grimy, like you've slipped into a world built for something much bigger. As you stumble through the dark halls and dripping pipes, you start to realize you're not alone down here. There's things lurking in the darkness. The first thing that hits you is how small you feel. Everything around you feels uneasy. The chairs, doors, even ordinary objects feel massive and wrong, like you've woken up in a hell built by giants. You're not exploring, you're surviving in someone else's nightmare. The lighting is too dim, almost too dark to see in front of you, but it's also your guide. The way the game takes you through the world with light is a work of art. It pulls your attention to where you're supposed to go. You find yourself chasing it. A lantern here, a sliver of brightness there, you're like a moth, desperate for something safe. The sound design wraps it all together. It's this unsettling ambiance with echoes in the distance, not knowing the exact origin of where it's coming from. The distant clang of metal, the groan of machinery, the drip of unseen water. The Maw breathes, it feels alive. You don't even need to see a monster to feel afraid. The place itself feels like it's watching you. The controls are simple. You can run, crouch, climb, grab, and jump, and that's about it. But what's clever is how limited it all feels. Every movement carries a little bit of weight. There's no combat, no fancy abilities, just you, your instincts, and the constant awareness that one wrong move can get you caught. Even simple actions like pulling a lever or pushing open a door feel deliberate, slow, and almost scary. It's like the game wants you to feel every ounce of resistance from the world around you, and when you have to run and hide, that slight delay in your movement makes every chase an adrenaline rush. The game is split into 4 chapters as you traverse the Maw. The first chapter, in my opinion, is arguably the most terrifying of them all. It features the janitor. He's blind, but his hearing makes up for it. Every step, every creak in the floorboards, every breath you take can alert him. His arms stretch across the floor like they've got a mind of their own, sweeping through the dark, searching. What makes this section brilliant isn't just how tense it feels, it's how it teaches you. You learn to hold your breath and to time your movements. The puzzles tie into his abilities perfectly. Using sound against him becomes your lifeline. The first time those long arms try to reach for you is pure panic, but when you finally outsmart him, it's one of the most satisfying moments in the entire game. Then you meet the twin chefs, 2 freakish brothers who look like slabs of meat trying to impersonate humans. Their kitchen is chaos. Everything's moving, clattering, dripping. It's disgusting, but you can't look away. This section shifts from quiet terror to frantic stealth. You're no longer sneaking through silence. You're crawling under tables, slipping between counters, while these 2 monsters grunt and shriek just inches away. It's less about the fear of being caught and more about the disgust of being in their world. You can almost smell this part of the game, and for once in my life, it felt so nice to leave a kitchen. I also enjoy the sound the game makes when they're near and chasing you. It's this sort of disturbing tuba noise. By the time you reach the dining hall, things escalate from creepy to grotesque. The guests are the definition of hideous. Massive, mask-wearing gluttons shoveling food as if it's the only thing keeping them alive. They don't walk, they struggle and crawl, and the moment they notice you, they lunge like starving animals. This chapter turns horror into chaos. It's loud, messy, and almost absurd, but it's also one of the most disturbing commentaries in the game. You're this tiny, starving child surrounded by monsters that can never be full. And then, silence. The Maw's chaos fades and you enter the ladies' quarters, elegant, pristine, and unnervingly calm. The lady herself is different from the others. She's graceful and haunting. You feel her presence more than you see her, and hearing her sing as she stares into the mirror is extremely unnerving. This one moment where you knock over the vase in her room and the singing stops and she's nowhere to be found honestly gave me shivers. This section is the perfect finale, eerie, restrained, and poetic, and finally coming face to face with the lady feels like confronting the source of all this twisted hunger. And when it's finally over, when 6 finally steps into the light, it's not victory you feel, it's something darker. A realization that maybe, in escaping the nightmare, you're now a part of it. Playing Little Nightmares for the first time leaves a mark you can't shake. Every shadow feels like it's waiting, every sound like it's hunting you, and even silence feels heavy, almost suffocating. It's not about jump scares, the horror is in the creeping dread, the grotesque gluttony of the guests, the relentless reach of the janitor, the suffocating quiet of the ladies' quarters. The mod doesn't just threaten your life, it threatens your sanity. By the end, you realize this isn't just a game, it's a world that lingers after you leave. Dark, oppressive, and hungry, and in some way, you carry a piece of it with you.